Hey guys, this is my run on the second Crystal Quest in DFF00 Global, this time featuring the return of Mox intersecting wheels boss, which is the two woolly mammoths. This is a fairly straightforward stage if you have the Raijin LD call, otherwise you probably need to bring some sort of debuff cleanser. In case you're wondering, that's not Theodor's role in this party. I did bring the Raijin LD call. Theodor's really only role is to charge Force Gauge Charger, because unfortunately he's the only Black Crystal character who has an instant turn Force Gauge charging ability. So has to be Theodor in party slot number 3. Anyway, beyond that, both Noctis and Quina Echoes is really much more than enough to deal with this stage, particularly because I also have their 505 ultimate weapons. So in that way, I decided to just bring in Theodor so that I could speed up the fight by hitting Force Gauge. So during the setup phase, you can use all 6 of Theodor's Awakening. That charges about 60% or so of the Force Gauge, and the remainder 40% you will normally get there just by utilizing Noctis's turn warping from his LD. You don't need to worry about saving Noctis's LD, just use all of them, because once you're in force time, you probably don't need to use his LD again. To help smoothen the setup, I gave Theodor the Lunafreya LD call, but I don't really think that's mandatory. It does help, of course. For example, Quina can get to use his EX at the start as well because of the free instant turn, and that helps to build Quina's proc stacks. But if you don't have the Lunafreya LD call, don't worry too much about it, just use another call. Maybe something like Seymour call for the delay and nice debuffs or something like that would also be fairly nice to bring. As I'm finishing up the setup, some description about my thoughts on the crystal passive rooms. If you saw my run on the first stage, which was the Hell House, you'll remember that I brought a green crystal team, and this time I'm bringing a black crystal team. There's only one reason why I'm swapping crystals, and really that's mainly because of the U2 crystal passive. I looked at all the crystal passives, and really don't get me wrong, I think all of them are pretty nice to have, but one of them stands out, to me at least, far above the others, and that's crystal passive U2. That crystal passive allows you to start the battle with one free instant turn, and if your character already starts the battle with one free instant turn, he gets another one. So for example, if you bring like Core or Garnet, where they usually get 2 turns at the start, they now get 3. Other characters will get 2 turns at the start. One additional turn might not mean much if you are fairly new to the game, but trust me when I say this, it helps a ton. And especially in my playstyle where I tend to try to quickly set up and then go and blitz the boss dead as quickly as possible, getting the extra turn at the start is a game changer. Makes setup much more useful, and now that you can do that and bring the Lunafreya LD call, that equates to potentially a lot of turns at the start that you can do for free. On hindsight, the fact that I bring Lunafreya call in almost every fight that I go to is a good testament on how much I value the free instant turns at the start of the battle. So my strategy really is to go through every crystal color once per week. The good thing is that the 700 points is enough for you to unlock that crystal passive, and you get 700 points per week. So I'll be rotating crystal colors every single week until every single character gets access to that crystal passive before I work on the other crystal passives. So in a nutshell, that's my plan, and I think the timing is quite nice because I am about to hit 100% Force Gauge. Essentially, you just rotate turns with Noctis's LD giving the party warp step at the start, apply the Raijin LD call, then when you are close to 100% Force Gauge, that's when you get to go into Noctis's force time. And before I do that, I go into his PT+. Didn't quite hit 100%, so I had to go another round of turns right here.
3枚に下ろしてやるある。もらった。
Okay, so before going into force time, I use the Rain's LD call. This way you don't have to waste one force time turn to get his call aura up. Right after this, I go into force time, and the one drawback about Noctis's PT is that it only lasts 6 turns, so now that I have activated his PT plus, I don't want to wait too long before going into PT mode. Otherwise, you sort of don't get the most out of his BT plus aura during his PT mode. One round of turns will pass here, so I have Quina use one echo and Theodore just take a turn. And the idea is that you want to start Noctis's BT mode when there's like 8 or 9 force time turns remaining, so that you can exit BT mode and then pop summon after that. Noctis actually had 2 consecutive turns, and I was contemplating using one echo before going into his PT mode, but I ultimately decided not to because otherwise he would start his PT mode with only 4 turns of his PT aura remaining, and I thought it would probably be better to save his echoes after his PT mode, because that way it will probably do more damage.
全部出し切る勝とうぜ止めらんねえぞいくぜてやしゃあ勝ちてえんだよ隠し味ある手伝わせてもらった
On hindsight, I think it's probably better to just pop summon right after BT mode. I was a little bit greedy and I was waiting for 999% force gauge. You really don't have to. At this point, the bosses are so low in health that they'll die in the next few attacks.
空腹は敵ある
任せよ輝きに逃れよ
一気に平らげるある手伝わせてまだまだ
This is why it's probably better to pop summon mode. I ate an attack here. Luckily, only Theodore got broken. Anyway, just pop summon and finish off the bosses and that's it. That's it for this fight. As always, if the video has been helpful, do leave a like, comment and subscribe. Till then, I'll see you guys in the next Shinryu fight. Bye!